Sandtroopers.com. Never imitating, always innovating, bringing you the latest coverage in the Star Wars galaxy.
You can take the short one, there's As You Wish. Put Captain Solo in the cargo hold. Which one would you like to do it? But I want you to do it pointing the gun and be really gruff. As You Wish. Okay, well, we've got all day. Just, you see, once again, we have a moody actor, obviously a method actor, who said, I'm not ready, I'm just... I thought we got... Oh, ready? Okay. Very good, well done. Look at method there, it was working out. Another question from the... It's tall enough to be chewed.
Well, first I'd like to ask if I could give Boba Fett a hug, just to say that I did it. And my other question is, what is the weight difference between the two of your costumes?
Very good question. Well, the costume that I was given is lightweight. And the jetpacks are virtually no weight at all, but the original was 35 pounds in weight. So when it was clipped on, so you had to like this. So I could have played the whole lot like this, but it was unbearably heavy and hot.
How about how heavy was yours?
Well, I just had a little, pajamas.
Oh yeah.
So they were thin as nothing. But no, I actually worked with Tim White Marston. I got to see his costume, and he would actually use me during the day because he had this really nice seats, lazy boy couches. He'd slump into it, and he couldn't get up because he's so heavy, so heavy. Yeah, literally, you got to have someone to pull you up out of the couch. So they called me on set one day after I'd been doing this for months, and I left him in his room on his couch. So they were calling him on set for like 30 minutes. I didn't ask. They never asked me where he was. I never told him. You ask me, I will tell. And so like 40 minutes go by, and then they finally find him in his room, like sitting there, like trying to get out. And after that, he was mad at me after that. He's like, "Where were you, boy? You had to come help me. You know, where were you, boy?" I'm like, "Hey, not my fault. You got all the fancy gadgets. You know, I'm fine. I didn't even get a lazy boy couch."
But it's interesting, you know, before you go, there's the outfit of Jango Fett, the dad, pristine silver and blue, as if it had come from Savile Row. And then you have Boba Fett's outfit with a ripped cape, bullet holes all over the place. Now, does it mean that Jango Fett is cautious and Boba Fett is careless, would you say?
I think that Boba Fett's just been in the shit. Jango Fett's kind of like sitting back, like, you'll do my bidding and get all banged up, and I'm just going to be a badass. Stand here in my silver suit.
Well, that's not a bad suit yourself.
Oh, thank you.
When it's finished. But, no, but it is. It's very nice. You can sit down now. Right, no, it is. It's I think very exciting that, you know, the Star Wars. It's very difficult. Some people say, "Oh, the Star Wars. It keeps being played. It keeps singing." The music now is classical. So John Williams, what he's done. It's fantastic. And when I hear the music, I still go, ooh, you know, the Death March, you can just, top of your head, go, ooh, bristly, so it's good. Now, any more questions? Daniel, I'm going to hold the microphone to you.
How hard are you going to beg to play Boba in live action?
Well, I've already given up all my, I've already given up everything that paid me for the last movie and the cartoon. All my residuals and toys, I've given up. You know what? Really, it just comes down to everything. I mean, it's all about timing. I just pray as much as I can right now to hopefully, you know, just have Boba Fett in live action. Yeah, just for him to be in it, let alone not even be able to play. I heard Jeremy's actually playing one of the Fett characters in the live action.
Mrs. Fett.
Oh. Yeah, Mrs. Fett.
It's something. Yeah, I can't.
That worked.
Yeah. It was either going to be the old wise Uncle Fett, but it could be Mrs. Fett.
Either Uncle Fett or Mrs. Fett. So he chose Miss Fett. Miss Fett.
It's more of an outrageous costume.
No, but I mean, the live action, everyone. even I and Jeremy are both like, oh, you know, but they keep pushing it back, and we keep running after it too, you know. But I mean, I'll give limbs of my body just to be in Star Wars again, just to be a tree swinging in the background like, that's me, you know. I went to the store the other day and the lady asked, because one of the other people were like, you're in Star Wars, and she's like, well, who do you play in Star Wars? Extra? I'm like, well, how do you mean by an extra? She was like, what, were you just like an extra? I was like, what, like a tree in the background swaying? And she didn't get the joke, and I was like, no, well, I'm Boba Fett. She didn't even know who he was. So I was like, well, what's the point of even explaining it to you, you know? I might as well be an extra.
Sometimes if you have a bad day, luckily I don't have too many bad days, but sometimes when you are having a bad day, you say, hang on, cheer yourself up, you're Boba Fett, for goodness sake. And then my son was behind me as I was saying, oh, come on, you're Boba Fett. He said, Dad, you're pathetic. Come on. Stop it. I said, no, I'm just practicing in case. I'm Boba Fett. Well, it's so lovely to see happy, jolly people here, because, you know, we didn't think we were going to get over from London because of this volcanic ash. And I think they're making it up, because it drifts one way, then a plane takes off and they said go back because it's coming back again. Wherever you are, no one's flying anywhere. In England, people have been stuck all over the place. Right, another question. Yeah. Thank you very much indeed. Which one? Ah, the King too. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Do you feel like, did you see the animated Boba Fett in the cartoon, the new episodes?
I don't have satellite television because it's shown in England. In fact, Clone Wars is out in England before it is in America. But I did see some clips of it, and I thought it was terrific.
Okay, Daniel, do you feel like they kind of just made the character seem like a little too sensitive? He just wasn't so fierce and menacing. Did you feel that?
You got to realize that Boba Fett's still a child. So the fierce and menacing, it's kind of like a child walking up to an adult and trying to tell him what to do. You know what I mean? It's not going to work the same way as an adult would talk to an adult. So you got to realize that Boba Fett's still only in the mid-teenage range. So he really isn't out to be able to destroy the whole entire galaxy. Though one day, you know, as we see Boba Fett, we'll have the power to do it. Though right now, it's still the beginning stages, so it's kind of like if we went too hard in it wouldn't leave anything else for the rest of the season. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I mean, there's a lot more in the Clone Wars to come, and I mean, this is one of the highest arcs that I've seen them go with, and I've loved everything they've done with. So I mean, what's to come is going to be even better than what we've seen. So
we'll hold you to that.
With the cartoon, Jeremy emailed me the next night. You know, he emailed, oh great, I seen your interview. You know. And being able to get back into Clone Wars and have everyone see me again, and all my friends like, oh, that was great, you know, and what is the word I'm trying to look for? Like being applause for your work, you know? It's nice.
Yes,
especially from Jeremy, you know, like he emailed, great job, I saw the interview, you know, keeping Boba alive and, you know, having an interaction between us and also being good friends. It's nice to have that, you know, positive input, like, oh, you're doing a great job for us still, you know?
Yes, sir.
Good question.